Hey people, it's me again. So, anyways, I'm just watching some TV here and all that. You can sort of hear it in the background. Doesn't matter. So it's one of the things that it's a weird thought that was like coming up. There was as far as could be strategic with the Democrats with last year's election. As far as with allowing Trump to win, could be a strategic thing. Perhaps, you know, that having him elected and then if he kind of fucks everything up, that makes a huge win for the Democrats, not only in the midterm but also in 2018 as well. 2020 as well. I mean, it's gonna be a bit strange as far as that goes because they said that even though Trump hasn't been taken office just yet, and already about almost 2/3 of uh, of America doesn't approve of him, you know, which says something. And some people would say like, oh, like like the 40% of that would have been just a bunch of Democrats and liberals that don't like him, and then the other 20% could be like a bunch of conservatives that don't like him, that sort of thing. But as far as I could tell, with all that now, they might have played the Republicans pretty good and all that by painting them into a corner like that. Especially as far as what I said earlier about the whole Obamacare there that they've been like so focused on wanting to repeal it and they hadn't even gotten a plan to replace all of it. And it was something like on the Ring of Fire TV that Farron Cousins had said on there, but it was reiterated on some of the other progressive channels on YouTube that some Republicans are backing away from the repeal because they know that if they do that, they'll anger their constituents enough that the constituents will vote them out. And so it's like basically this. It puts them in this sort of rock between a rock and a hard place. They have have their momentary political game, but risk political suicide, or not have their momentary political game, and then keep their career. So it's like their career or their political gain is like at stake. So I think that's just basically what's going to happen there. But I figure that the Democrats are also going to set the Republicans up in similar scenarios there. Like they have to choose between their political gain, short-term political gain, or or keeping their political career alive, which which I think is well played. I mean, don't you think, guys? As far as that goes, is that like well played to kind of put your opponent in a tough spot like that? It's like playing like the game of chess. That if even if they have it's like for them, do they want to capture this rook that's very close to the king, even though there's like even though there's like a bishop that's very close, and then if they capture rook, the bishop will capture the pawn and then put your king in check. You know, and anybody that knows about like chess would understand that kind of things. As far as that terminology, as far as that goes. Yeah. So, in a way, I think that's kind of interesting to kind of put that sort of thing. Political ambition or political, not a political ambition, short-term political victory versus your your overall political career. Well thought. Well thought. Gotta hand it to some of the Democrats. In some ways, it's like they're not as like as stupid that some conservatives think they are. But in some ways, I think it's just that sometimes Democrats have to keep on certain appearances, such things like that. So who knows, really? Who knows?